And having a medical condition growing up, I was treated as a freak and a monster.
And it was just the deepest, darkest, like in my gut feeling of, wow, there is literally no one.
Basically, it's a tumor in my throat, and at this rate, the maximum I would live is 2 to 3 years.
What's up, what's up? Come on in, guys. Come on in. What's up? Show me some love in the chat. What's going on, guys? Welcome to your motivation show. I'm your motivation guy, Keith Allen. Let me ask you this. Who here wants to be happy? Who here wants to have purpose and feel like they belong? But who here, if we could be honest, has things that are just getting in the way of your happiness? Like disappointments, family struggles, the feeling that everybody's against you. I want to let you know today, man, if you're struggling to be happy, you are not alone, guys. I've struggled with this in my life. I've struggled with negativity and depression. We've all struggled with this, right? But as a ProGuides family, I'm here to tell you, we're going to overcome this thing together. Are you guys ready? Let's get this going. All right, guys, welcome back to your motivation show. If you're just joining us, what's up? What's up? Man, I'm so excited today. We're talking about how to achieve happiness. Happiness, that's a funny word, right? Like happiness is something that I know a lot of us are struggling to really experience. But happiness is really an emotion, emotion. It moves you. It depends on your situation, right? A lot of us are happy when we're winning games, but we're not happy when we're losing games. A lot of us are happy when the right relationships are in our lives, and a lot of us are not happy when relationships are going bad. Years ago, I was in a relationship with a girl that broke my heart. She broke my heart, and I was like depressed for there was just a heaviness that I always had on me. I couldn't smile anymore. I couldn't laugh out loud anymore. And I was so grateful and blessed to have, some time with my mentor. And he said, you know what, man? He said, you have to fight for your happiness. He said, I want you to fight for your happiness. And he actually gave me like a homework assignment. And I said, okay, well, how do I get this? Like, how do I get out of this funk that I've just really been in because of this relationship? And he said, I want you to replace all your negative thoughts with positive thoughts. He said, I want you to write them down. And he said, every single time you get flooded with all this negativity, fear of failure I was struggling with, fear with just hanging out with people. I was just afraid of getting hurt again. I had all these things I struggled with. I started writing positive stuff down. I started writing things like, I will be successful. I am loved. I am special. I will be great. My best days are ahead. And I started just saying it every single day. I'm talking about sometimes I would say like 3 times a day. I was obsessed with this. But what happened was in the next couple months, man, my mind started just kind of transforming into a more of a positive mindset. And all this sadness that was on me started breaking off. I started to be able to laugh again, have fun with my friends again. And so I want to see in the chat, if this is you, if you've been struggling with sadness or depression, maybe there's been a relationship that did not go your way, or maybe you're just feeling negative about yourself. I want you to write things down, because that's what brings us to our first point. Replace negativity with positivity. Can you do that? Can all the thoughts that that disqualify us, us feeling our flaws, can we start just speaking positivity over us? I want you guys also to build a healthy routine. Have a routine every single day where you're able to feed yourself with positivity. Whether you listen to some positive songs, or you watch a positive movie, or you have some other motivational speakers or whatever. But definitely do that. Podcast. Have some stuff where you build a positive, healthy routine. And also, dude, it's hard for us, but I want to see gratitude. If we can be thankful, sometimes it does help to write the things down that you are thankful about, because we focus so much on everything that is going wrong. We ignore the things that are going right. And I want you to start giving more attention to the things that are going right and do the things that you love, okay? So I'm excited. We're gonna get to our first caller, and I wanna hear their story, because I know they've been struggling with depression and negativity. And so coming on our line, coming on our show, we have Little. What's up, man?
Well, I'm having this I guess a negative kind of lifestyle growing up, and being kind of forced to not have emotions unless I did. I was kind of mocked for it by my own family, and having a medical condition growing up, I was treated as a freak and a monster even by my teachers and classmates, to where I saw no kind of social interaction with people because I was too afraid of them, and being near them just made me feel terrible.
Wow, you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
You've been through a lot. Well, let me ask you this. Going back into the home, you know, what was happening with you, with your family? How come you couldn't show emotions?
If I tried smiling and seeming happy, they'd ask me, well, what did you do? What did you get into? Why are you like this?
Wow.
And if I started crying, they'd record me and show it to friends laughing about it, so I could only show anger. And if I wasn't angry, there was something wrong with me to them.
Wow.
And when I got introduced to League of Legends, I got interested in a character who was... Their original story was they had lost their family to a war and then were corrupted to avenge their family, and I just got connected to them because I felt we both feel pain and no one understands us.
Wow.
So I've been playing them.
Wow.
And when I want to be happy, I try to find cheerful characters that are happy. If I'm upset, I play a character based on each emotion.
You've had to overcome so much doubt. Doubt from your family, doubt from teachers, doubt from friends, doubt from people you look up to. You know what it's like to feel like inferior. You know what it's like for people to doubt you. Now it's time for you to make sure that doesn't happen to anybody else. And when you do that, there's something that comes alive on the inside of you. Life becomes so much better. Happiness is not even a question. Because when you see someone else smile, when you see someone else cry because their heart is touched because of what you're saying to them, all of a sudden everything is worth it. You are an encourager. You're an encourager. You are.
Thank you.
You like making people feel better about themselves.
I do, yeah.
I can see that. So because you like people, see, that's a part of your purpose. That's what I'm saying. That's a skill, and that's a strong gift that you have, and it's time to use it. It's time to use that gift. Don't keep that gift to yourself. Do you believe that?
I do, yes.
All right, I want you to believe it, and more than that, the next time we connect, when we do a follow-up call, I want to hear what's happened.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Woo! Wow, that was amazing. That was so amazing. That's what's really gonna help us, you know, with negativity. I feel like when we start replacing, the attention, the negative attention on ourselves, when we start replacing that for other people, putting that on other people, how could I serve the people around me? How could I make people feel better about themselves? All of a sudden, it gives us purpose, And so it's a game changer. It's a game changer. Achieving happiness is so hard. Why is it so hard? And I want to say this. The first thing is that you need to know that we are our worst enemy. We are our biggest critic. We judge ourselves more than anybody else. Yes, your family may say something. Yes, maybe your friends may say something. Maybe the community that you're a part of is it's toxic or whatever. But ultimately, it comes down to what you are saying about yourself. What are you saying about yourself? We judge ourselves. We are our strongest, most negative critic, right? So I want you guys to start just writing down stuff, saying positive things about yourself. Be your number one fan. Like if no one else is gonna root for you, root for yourself. Say, I'm gonna do it. Yes, I'm gonna make it. Yes, this is gonna be my best year yet. I'm just getting started. Yeah, I've been struggling here, but it's time to get back up. It's time to keep going. Don't focus on your problems. Don't dwell on the past. Happiness requires effort, and you're gonna do it. So I want to jump into our next call right now. We have Nitro comment on Your Motivation Show. Nitro, are you there?
Okay, so I've grown up with depression, right? And it's one of those things that it's always feels like you're in a hole, right, with no way out. Eventually you just dig yourself so far down that you don't even see the sun anymore, and that's usually where a lot of people say is the point of no return. Just kind of what is the thing that allows you to not necessarily get out, because that's the end goal, right? It's getting out, but just to be able to get to the first step to like be able to see the sun again. I probably around when I was somewhere between 8 and 11, I moved from St. Louis, Missouri here to South Carolina. And I went from being surrounded by a whole bunch of caring friends to, not really having any. I was also homeschooled, so the opportunity to make friends were limited, and when you don't excel at that really, you really don't jump on those limited opportunities, and you kind of find yourself by yourself.
Let me ask you this, man. What was it like? Because I grew up with a lot of friends. I mean, I bounced around to school from different elementary schools, high schools, but everything was in the same area. So I got a chance to still hang out with everybody. But for you, man, like you moved entirely like different just territories and cities, and like, what was that like for you to be surrounded by your friends and all of a sudden you're left with nobody? What were you going through at that young age? The feelings, the emotions, what was going on?
I really felt alone. It was one of those things that people always like. Everyone always has a point in their life that they feel alone, right? It's whether or not they're just like, sitting in a room by themselves and like, man, it would be cool to talk to someone, or if they just feel like they have no friends. Everyone is familiar with what it feels like to be alone. And it was just the deepest, darkest, like in my gut feeling of, wow, there is literally no one. I was young enough that I didn't have a phone, so I couldn't really call my friends either. So it was like, that's actually what got me into gaming originally, was so I could talk with my friends who had an Xbox. But it stung a lot, just realizing how alone I actually was. I've kind of always been lonely now that I think about it. Whether or not I'm sure if it's a feeling that'll ever go away. If it does, then cool. If it doesn't, then I guess I kind of got a bit numb to it. But now that I actually think about it,
let me tell you this. This is when loneliness comes. Loneliness comes when we lack intimacy. Intimacy is into me see. It's having people. It's having someone, a friend, a loved one that can see what's happening on the inside of you. They can see you, not just the outer you, not just the you that that we display online or when we're gaming or whatever, but like the person that's hidden behind that. Someone that's able to say, hey, I noticed that you're not the same today. Is it because of this? Someone that knows your secrets. Someone that knows the areas where you get your feelings hurt. Someone that knows like the things that you love to do and what you want to be, and they believe in you and they root for you. We need intimacy. You're a people person. I can tell you like being around people. You love being around people, and I believe like that's because you're not around people and you love people. That's what I feel like it's like eating you up inside. And so I think you just need to see on how you can join, different types of groups or communities or, whatever. You said you like cooking, right?
Yeah.
Like cooking groups. They have Facebook groups that have get-togethers, and they do things, where they meet at the park or whatever. But I feel like you need to be intentional about making some real life, face-to-face, someone that can see you and you can see them, relationships. And I believe honestly, man, that's gonna be what you need. It's gonna be a game changer. All right, Nitro.
Right. I will definitely have to do that.
All right, brother. Well, thank you so much for calling today.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, man. We'll talk soon.
All right. See you.
All right. Peace. Wow, that was really, really cool. I really, really love that. I know us as gamers, it's easy to be isolated, but sometimes we're just lonely. We just have lack of connection. We have lack of community. And so we do need to be intentional about having those people in our lives that we can just be ourselves with, that we can be real with outside of gaming. And I believe that's really gonna help a lot when it comes to dealing with sadness or depression and all of that stuff. So I really hope that really helps you. You know, one of the things that we have to do is we have to find meaning in your actions, you know, purpose, have a strong sense of self, keeping a positive mindset, so important. And just like I said, establishing positive relationships. We gotta establish positive relationships, guys. It is a game changer. So my next caller is our last caller today. My goodness, I spoke to him briefly the other day. And when I say that this is a life-changing story, this is a life-changing story. You're about to react probably in a way where you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, because this guy's story is so powerful and what he's going through right now. And so I wanna welcome on your motivation show, Ali. Ali, man, thanks so much for joining us, man. I have been looking forward to this conversation with you, man. Wow. So tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into the deep stuff. You know,
I'm Alami. I live on myself. I am 21 years old, live in the Netherlands, and most of the time I just game and yeah.
So
that's
what's
pretty much it? Video game, live streaming, that kind of stuff.
Nice, man. What's your go-to game right now?
My go-to games, today a game came out, like Fall Guys came out, so I'm actually kind of hyped for that, but all day it has been broken because there were too many people joining it, unfortunately.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But also I play a lot of League and some Minecraft, Osu,
Nice.
Rocket League. I play a lot of games, a lot of different things.
Nice, man. When did your passion for gaming start?
Sorry?
When did your passion for gaming, when did that begin?
Literally when I was 4, I got a DS in my hands, and after that I was addicted.
That's cool, man. So tell me about your journey. You've been struggling with a lot of stuff, and I know mainly it's been, you know, depression and you know, negativity. When did that start for you?
For me, when I was around 16, I was told by doctors that I had a tumor, and after that everything went downhill for me.
Wow. Can you explain a little bit more, man, about the tumor? And
basically it's a tumor in my throat, and it's gonna continue growing until I cannot breathe anymore. And the doctors have asked me if I wanted to do surgery for it, but I refused that because there was only like a 80%, or there was a 20% chance that it wouldn't work at all, and the 80% chance that it would have worked, I would be paralyzed for half of my body. And I told them that I'd rather live a short life to its fullest than a long life and then that I have to rely on everyone. I did not want that. And at this rate, the maximum I would live is about 2 to 3 years. So for me, it's like really scary.
Man, so what is, wow, 2 to 3 years. I mean, what is that, man? Can you just kind of share with us what in the world, what does that feel like?
Well, there's a lot of restrictions for, like, you have to go to school until you're 18th, but I knew when I was 16 that I had this. So like 2 years in school, all I did was like sleep. I didn't do anything. Same for my job. I had a job, I had sports. I gave all of that up because I knew that it wasn't gonna matter anyways. In about 5 years from then, or 6 years from then, I knew that it didn't matter anymore. So I gave up on all of that and was like full-time into gaming. Luckily, I got a girlfriend like right after I turned 18. So that kind of motivated me. I had suicide attempts, which luckily failed, now that I think about it, because then my motive of living the life to its fullest wouldn't be successful. So now I live together with her until, you know what's gonna happen. I'm just trying to make the best out of it, trying to do the things I enjoy most.
Wow. So your girlfriend, that's pretty cool, man. How was that kind of giving you purpose?
Well, it gives me a good feeling that I am there for someone until the very end. So for me, that's really motivating.
What have you been?
When I was 18, I had no motivation at all. There was nothing that I could look up to or live for. I just knew that it didn't matter anymore. But then, I mean, my girlfriend came and that really helped a lot.
Man, you can't make this stuff up, man. This is really powerful. Let me ask you this, man. Do you have any other relationships? Do you do anything else besides gaming?
No, I gave up literally everything. It's just me gaming.
Why did you give up everything?
Because I did not feel like there was a purpose. Going to work, I cannot even work if I stand for too long. I get dizzy, I fall to the ground, and that's for nothing.
Wow. And then you said that you weren't going to school anymore?
Yeah, because school you do because you want a diploma, right? But for me, there was no diploma because I knew that I wouldn't be able to do the jobs that I would want to do anyways. Not that I had like a job that I was looking out for. I was always around games, so for me that would be in gaming.
Yeah. And how has this situation affected your family? You know, knowing that, I mean, you're really, really young, given a time to live.
My parents know that I have something, but they don't know the full picture.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna have to tell the entire picture once. But I don't wanna make them worry now and then like have them worry for the rest of my life. I don't wanna see that.
Yeah, man. Wow, this is a lot, man. This is like, I've never in my life had a conversation with someone that has been diagnosed like you, like at a young age. So let me ask you this, man. I have some thoughts in my heart, but I want to ask you, how can I help you today? Like, what do you feel like you need help with?
I feel like I need a goal.
I know this takes a lot for me to say, okay? But I almost want you to look at this negative, crazy time frame that you have. I almost want you to look at it in a positive way, because you know how much time you have. But there's a lot of people that have died in 2020 that didn't know that they were going to die in 2020. There's a lot of famous people that are not here today that was here a year ago. There's a lot of people that have died to COVID. There's a lot of people that have died in different disasters and different things, and they didn't know they were going to die. They didn't know it was going to be their last day. And so because of that, I'm sure many people, they're not living life to the fullest. They're not telling people that they love them. They're not, because you don't know, and you know. And so I know this is like I said, I know this is a hard thing to do, but this is the goal that I'm going to give you. I want you to look at the next 3 years, and I'm believing with you, bro. It's going to be way longer than that. You know, because there's just something about purpose again. There's just something about purpose and believing again. So I'm believing longer than that. But let's just say if it is 3 years, for the next 3 years, I want your light to shine so bright. You know, let me leave you with this. I don't want you to miss out on the gift that you have for other people because you're afraid of hurting them. You know, some of the family members that I was really close with that are not here today, I reflect back on the times that I had with them. I don't think about the times that I don't have with them. My memories, my happy memories, come from the times that I was with them, laughing with them and hugging them and crying, and like I take that with me. When my grandfather passed away, like I take that with me. And I think back still about those moments, and those moments help me get through certain times. What if there's moments that you're keeping away from people right now? What if there's new memories? What if there's things? And I understand your heart. You're trying to protect people, but I don't believe you need to do that, man. I believe that you're actually keeping something incredible away from them. I don't want you to be isolated anymore. I don't want you to keep to yourself anymore. I want you to visit your family. I want you to continually reach out to people that you were close with, let your guards down. And I want you to be present with them and see how you can make their day better. So can you start connecting with people again, man? Can you do that again?
Like I could try little steps, like my parents at least.
All right, so I want you to connect with your parents, and I want you to do that this week. I want your mindset to change on releasing gold everywhere, releasing gold to other people, connecting with people. And that's going to be your new mindset. Your new mindset is going to be, listen, I have so much more to give, and I'm going to release it to everyone I come in contact with. I'm going to reach out to people that I haven't seen in a long time. I'm not going to be afraid of close relationships anymore. I'm not going to be afraid of intimacy, because I no longer am going to have a fear of hurting people. You changed my life. You've changed my life. Like and that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. You changed my life. You changed my life. And if you change my life, and I'm like always motivating people, you changed my life. You motivated me by just hearing your story. How many more people need to hear your story? Dude, you have the power to change the world, man. People are too caught up these days with all these little minuscule things. You can change the world, bro. You can make us really think about the big picture and think about how we're living life. So let it out, man.
I hope people get inspired then.
People are getting inspired right now, man. You're changing lives right now. But I believe there's so much more. There's so much more, man. Come on, Ali. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm gonna bother you, bro. I'm gonna keep rooting for you, man. Until I see it. All right?
Yeah, I'll take that for granted then.
All right, brother. Thank you so much, man.
No, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll connect soon.
Yes, I'll keep in contact.
Thank you, man. All right. Wow. I don't know what you've been through, what you're going through. When you hear a young person say that they have a couple years left to live, that's hard. That's hard to hear. It's hard to imagine. But this is real life. People right now are struggling with different things. And, how do you guys feel like that in the chat? Man, did this story like move you today? Like, did it touch you today? Do you feel more inspired, than ever to not take anything for granted? This is powerful. I want you guys to do this. I want you guys to continue to establish positive relationships, keep a positive mindset. Step out in purpose. Step out in purpose. Do it. Go for it. I thank you guys so much. Join us Wednesdays and Fridays. Spread the word. Let people know what we're doing. Let them join in. ProGuides.com on the ProGuides app. Once again, this is your motivation show, and I am your motivation guy, Keith Allen. I'll see you next time.